Yo, we are live. Gonna be building out a webinar funnel today for the Power Disc Golf Academy. So we are here in Go High Level. Let's get this thing started. Alrighty. I always make sure everything is labeled in folders. So inside our master funnels, we have Power DGA funnels. This is an online disc golf academy. It's the biggest online disc golf academy on the market. About 6,500 students. We launched this less than a year ago. Just finished up a big Black Friday sale. Now we're going to be doing a new lead magnet with this webinar. So what I'm going to do is actually create a folder in this folder, because we're going to have a number of webinars that we will be marketing over the next several months. So I'm going to make a subfolder called Webinar Funnels. Let's wait for that to show up. Go ahead and refresh. Taking a little bit of time here. Alright, it looks like I actually put that folder outside here, which is okay. I still want to keep it its own folder. So we're going to do PDGA Webinar Funnels. It can get confusing if you have too many funnels in one folder. You can use the search feature, but this is just how I like to do it. You can certainly do it however you please. Alrighty. We're going to create a new funnel. I am, however, going to open up GHL on another tab. Go ahead, hit a new funnel. And this webinar is going to be top 3 amateur technique mistakes. The instructor's name is Ezra, so we'll do Ezra dash top 3 amateur mistakes. While that's loading in, I'm going to go over to the other tab that I have GHL open in. And we're going to go down to sites. The reason I'm doing this is because I need to grab some information from the other funnels. So I went to the wrong folder. I'm going to go into PowerDJ funnels. You can grab any of these, and then I'm going into settings. I'm just kind of copy the favicon URL and also the Facebook tracking code. Alright, so we've got our funnel here. First thing, going to go into settings, choose the domain, PowerDGA. Copy that favicon link, plug that in, copy our head tracking code here. This is so we can track for our Facebook ads. And we're going to go ahead and click save. We're just going to add our steps. So, of course, we will need an opt-in page. For this one, let me actually... I'm going to make these pretty unique, so we're going to do dash /top -3 amateur. Actually, we should do techniques because there might be some additional webinars coming that could be top 3 amateur fill in the blank mistakes, and it could be something other than techniques, so we'll go with create funnel step. I'm actually going to update that a little bit to here so it didn't save here. So this is something I sometimes get hung up on. When we create that in GHL, it doesn't actually update that. So we need to go to publishing. And this is going to be the step URL. So dash /top -3 -amateur -technique -mistakes -opt -in. There's a URL there. Not really worried about having a long URL. All the traffic for this will be coming from our Facebook ads or Instagram ads. So now we've got our opt-in page. Let's add our watch room. You know what, first I'm going to go ahead and just copy all this. New step. Watch room. For our path, we're going to do /top 3 amateur mistakes. Then we're going to remove opt-in. We're going to do watch room. Cool. Those are the only 2 steps we need. This is super simple. Next, before we get into building the funnel, I am going to build our form for the opt-in. We're going to go add form, start from scratch. All right, we're going to name this webinar top 3 amateur technique mistakes opt-in. That works just fine. We're going to ask them for their name. We're going to ask them for their email. We're going to ask them for their phone number. And then we're going to get a little button here. I want to move that down below. And let's get phone last if we can here. Or really, I want to get this last. Okay, there we go. So name, email, phone. let's customize the button. Let's go ahead and make it green. We've just found that green tends to convert better. It's very marginal, but every little bit helps. We'll do watch the webinar now. Make that centered. And we're gonna go ahead and make that text bigger. Where's the text size? Here we go. Let's go with, make that really big, 30. Cool. That's ready to go. Go ahead and save that. Now we've got our form. So we should be able to just kind of hang out here in the funnel builder for the rest of the time. So we're going to go back into our webinar funnels folder. We're going to create from blank. Actually, there is one more thing I want to do here. First, I can actually do this here in the other tab. I want to go to our sales funnel, and I just created a new menu, and I want to save that as a template so I can just easily plug that in here. So I'm going to do PDGA main header / menu. Going to save that as a template. Alright, now I can actually go right back here. We're not going to use existing, we're going to create from blank. So since I just saved that template, I can actually go right here to section templates. I can search that and I can just drag it in right here, which is awesome. So we've already got our logo and then our menu icons here. I'm going to adjust the margins a little bit, remove the padding on the top and the bottom. Maybe put a little more padding on the top. Cool. Okay, so now we need to get into actually building out this webinar funnel. So quick hack, or I shouldn't say hack, but just strategy that I like to use is I find that it's easier to just kind of work off of a template of a funnel that I know already works, as opposed to trying to imagine a whole new thing or build it on a blank canvas. So you could use a template, right? You could create a template for yourself. That's what I do in the other client accounts, but for this particular client, this is the first time they're doing a webinar, so we don't have those yet. So I'm actually just gonna pull up here. I'm in a URL library for another course. I'm gonna pull up one of our webinars here. Let's see if I can find one. Actually, I'm not sure we have, oh, here it is. Okay, cool. All right, so this is really simple. We're gonna make this one probably a little bit more complex than this one, but this webinar opt-in page right here is converted really well for us for our MCM program. So I'm just gonna drag this into the other window here so I can copy off that. Cool, so really simple. Let's also keep this page open for our main sales page, just in case we wanna copy any assets directly over. And we're gonna drag in a new section now. We're gonna go ahead and make the background black. All right, so in my other window here, I have an email from the client. He kind of laid out what's gonna be in this webinar. We'll use that a little bit down the road. But right now, we're gonna first and foremost add a column and then add a heading or headline. We're gonna do white color. We're gonna say learn the top 3 amateur technique mistakes I'm trying to think of a good compelling headline here, right? Because with a headline, this is the first thing someone's gonna see when they pop on. We want to make sure that this headline makes it so they actually want to watch the webinar. So just kind of brainstorm live. So learn the top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're making that are holding back your game. So we'll always start with one, you know, you're making that are holding back your game. This is definitely not going to be our final one. I'd also like to get the name, or maybe we'll do, yeah, so what I'll actually do is a subheadline above here. We'll do a background color. put a border on that. You know what? I don't think we're gonna do background color, because the problem is, so I want to do something like live. It's not actually live, but free workshop from Ezra Aderhold, who is the instructor. He's a very popular and successful disc golf professional. So we want to do something like free workshop from Ezra Aderhold. And I would like to, you know, have a nice red background with some rounded edges, something like this. The problem is, to my knowledge at least, and if I'm wrong, please do let me know, but we can't shrink the size of this to make it fit with this text. I'd have to make the text really, really big in order to meet the size of the box, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to go ahead and remove the background here, and then we'll make the text that red color. So free workshop from Ezra Aderhold. I'd still like that to pop more. Let's go green. I think the green just definitely pops more. And let's go up a couple font sizes to 25. Cool. I think that will be good. And let's just see what it looks like if everything's not caps. Free workshop from Ezra Aderhold. Spell check on that. It's also, I think that looks a little bit better. Let's also grab an icon of like a down arrow. Is that icon before? Yes, that icon's before. If that icon was after, that would look way better, but I don't believe that the subheadline has the ability to put the icon after, which is unfortunate. Let's look at that one. We'll go with that. Free workshop from Ezra Aderhold on the top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're making that are holding back your game. I might just learn the top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're probably making. I don't like the probably, because then someone would be like, oh, maybe I'm not making these, maybe it's not worth my time, but it also might pique some curiosity so they actually check it out. We'll go with this for now. You're probably making, and let's also make sure we put the solution in here. So what we want is when someone sees this headline, they know really quickly, first of all, it's taught by Ezra. Second of all, what he's going to be teaching, and then we want to make sure that they, in like a split second, they kind of understand what the outcome will be for them, which will be how to correct them. So learn the top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're probably making and how to correct them fast. And that's another element we love to put in to our headlines. Is adding in some kind of element of we're going to help you and we're going to help you fast, because everyone wants to be helped fast. So learn the top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're probably making and how to correct them fast. Let's see what that 50 font, that's too big. Let's try 40. Give a little bit of margin on the top. Cool. And then what I think I might do is do something like something that's going to cause some more curiosity. So let me grab another subheadline. Make it italic and bold. And then do something like number 3 may shock you. And we'll make this smaller. You know what? I think we're going to nix that. Maybe I'll find a way to incorporate that later, but let's just continue to move on here with this. So what I want to do is put in some kind of graphic. So here's what we'll do. We're going to get a new section, a new row rather. We're going to do 2 column row. On this side, we're going to do an image. On this side, we're going to first make the background white, give it a border. All right. Let's go ahead and give it like a 15 radius. It's going to round the edges. Cool, so what we're going to do here is make a mock-up. Not sure if I have one on this other screen. No, we don't. So we're gonna make a mock-up. And then on this side, we're gonna have some text with kind of what's gonna be in the webinar. So let's do headline, let's do paragraph, let's do button. So in here, I'm going to copy what the client sent. So we'll copy kind of this. I just asked him for a brief description on what will be included in this webinar, which he sent over. I think this is probably a bit too long. It's definitely a bit too long, so we'll break this down. In this Power Disc Golf Academy, Ezra will be covering the top tier amateur mistakes. So we're going to say learn the top 3 mistakes that are holding back your game. We'll make this smaller. Okay, so these mistakes rob power and distance, decrease accuracy, and make it hard for you to score well on the course. These mistakes include rounding, poor pull-through. Ezra, all right, so that Ezra will help you identify if one of these is something that is hurting your game. He will also discuss how to fix these mistakes in detail. This is a jam-packed 30-minute webinar conversation. Also included is a Q&A session where Ezra answers. So we're going to remove that. We can add that kind of in later on as a bonus. You know, like bonus exclusive access to live Q&A session. All right. We're just spacing some stuff out a little bit here. Cool, so let me just throw the effects on this button. First and foremost, this is going to open a pop-up. It's going to be here in general, so it's going to open the pop-up. Cool. Let's go to advanced. We'll do a glow effect. And we'll give it a border. Okay. Let's give it border radius of 15. Let's go 20. Make it a little more rounded, actually. Let's go back to 15. This is the stuff I get hung up on that really doesn't matter. Like a 15 versus 20 border radius is not going to be the make or break factor in your conversions. So don't get as hung up on that stuff as I do. We'll do watch now. Get instant access. Get instant access. I don't know if we want that subtext. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that subtext for now. Awesome. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just build out our pop-up real quick. Pop-up settings. 1 column. Let's grab an image. We're going to put the logo up here. Grab from our media library. As you can see, we've got a lot of folders here. We've got a nice folder for our branding. Makes it really easy for me to find a logo instead of sifting through one folder that's just jam-packed with a bunch of crap. If you take the time to stay organized, it will save you a lot of time in the long run. So we'll just do 200. We're gonna do a quick subheadline, something like just let us know where to send your workshop. Definitely gonna make that smaller. All right, now we're gonna grab our form. And remember, we made that form at the very beginning of the stream. So we're going to search for that. Webinar, top 3 amateur mistakes. Cool, and now we've got that form that we created right here. You know what, I should have rounded, again, this is me getting caught up on this stuff. I should have rounded these edges a little more. I'll go back and do that later on. For this form, we want the redirect action. So that's gonna be what happens after somebody fills it out to go to the next step. That's just gonna go to the next step in the funnel, which is that watch room page. Cool, so now that we've got that, we need to go ahead and do our mock-up. So for mock-ups, I use Canva and a website called Media Modifier. And what I'm also gonna do is grab some screenshots of the webinar itself. So I'm gonna go to my media folder. Gonna go here to webinar files. I'm gonna grab the link for this webinar. All right. So here's the webinar. Let's sift through. Want to get some different screenshots of different angles. We're not going to use everything that we grab, but we want to have options. So I'll take one here. This is the client. I'll take a screenshot of him. We may or may not use it, again, because we are promoting this is taught by Ezra, and here's Ezra right here. Okay, cool. So this is stuff I'm looking like is like different scenes, right? So we just saw there was one clip of him on some turf. We want to get some variety in our screenshots. Shoot, oh, man, it's hard to scrub through. Okay. Let me get a screenshot of this. Shoot. Accidentally took a screenshot of the whole screen instead of just this section. Get a screenshot of this. I'll include the scrub bar, why not? Cool. I'll continue to scrub through here. So see something like that where he listed right out the gate what the top 3 mistakes are. We don't want to include that because then someone could just see in the screenshot, oh, these are the top 3 mistakes right here. Maybe I don't need to watch the webinar. But we can put one of them in right here, rounding it again. We may or may not use this. Just trying to get some variety. All right, now let's try to get some shots of Ezra himself. Dude's arms are jacked, man. All right, there's a little cool action shot. Snag that. See if we can snag some other ones. So again, what we're doing is just trying to find some variety of screenshots, and you'll see why we're doing this. I think he's doing some form reviews right here. If that's the case, then that'll be good for some bonus content. All right, I think we've probably got enough. I might want to grab one more of Ezra first. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. I want one of these. Where he is on the turf here. Cool. All right, we've got what we need here. So now that we've got those, actually, we may or may not even need media modifier for this. So media modifier is a really, really good tool. It's what I use to make all my mock-ups if I want to do like a product box. Right, I can grab this and then I can just go in Canva and I can create a 989 by 1335 design, and I can just drag and drop it right here to make really cool product mock-ups. But we might, or sorry, when I say we won't need media modifier, I mean we may not need Canva. Because, so like I said, I would get the sizing for media modifier. I'd go in here, so like right here, these are desktop or product box mock-ups, and then I just download these mock-ups and slap them in media modifier. But we may just use like computer screens because it's a webinar, not an actual product. So like if I grab this one, this is like a 4-for-1 here. Let's see if we can make it work. So I can just drag right here to media modifier, which is awesome. It's so easy. That looks a little wonky though. All right, now let's look for, so like the iPad's gonna be tough, right? Yeah, because the iPad just makes it look weird. So we're not gonna do this. We're just gonna go to individuals. So we'll grab this computer screen. We'll get this picture of Ezra. Go ahead and we'll download that. What I did there was just remove the background color and the reflections, so we'll save that. Let's see what other computer screens we can snag here. We want some variety for sure. All right, so we get a laptop. Maybe drag this one in. Do the same thing. Oop. All right, so we got that one. Let's see what else they have here. I'm trying to locate where my the first one I saved went. I think it might have not saved correctly, so I'm going to go ahead and just go back to the initial computer screen. Let's see what happens if we change the search from computer to computer screen. All right, so we'll grab this. I want to get that picture of Ezra. Shadows, reflections, download image. Cool. All right, there it is. Be right back. I'm going to turn off the heat real quick. All right, so we've got those two. Let's see what else we have here. Not a whole lot else. We could try one of these, right? So if we did like, you know, that might be better off for this screen. Yeah, you know, we could possibly just use this right here. I think this will actually get the job done nicely. Yeah, we'll just roll with this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all this stuff off the desktop. Perfect. Go back here, and we've got our image. So I'm gonna name this image real quick, Ezra webinar. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna upload one, and we are going into, it's probably been under branding here. For some clients, I do create a completely separate folder that's just for box art and mock-ups. But this particular client doesn't need a whole lot. Shoot. We included the white background. That is my bad. I could go back into Media Modifier, right? And I could just go ahead and rebuild this mockup. But since I already moved everything to the trash, I'm just gonna drag it into Canva and remove the background. Not a big deal. So yeah, when you're downloading from Media Modifier, make sure that you do remember to remove the background. All right, I'm gonna do PNG, transparent background. Double check that. Cool, here we go. Branding. Gonna delete this one that was a mistake. And I need to rename the one that I just created. Again, always worth just taking the time to name your files and organize things. It will pay off down the road. Sweet. All right, so we've got that rolling. Give me 1 second. So now what that does is it kind of offers the visitor a visual representation, not only to get a little sneak peek of, obviously this is high quality, right? High quality, he's got a slide deck, multiple locations, high quality filming, but also it always helps conversions if you can visualize a digital product. We always do this when we sell courses or coaching programs. We'll make those product mock-ups, those boxes, screenshots for webinars, like physical, PDF downloads, right? So like physical papers with the PDF download mock-up. It always helps conversions to sort of make a digital product physical in a way so the prospect can visualize it. So I'm on the top 3 mistake, watching now. Sweet, so the next thing I'm gonna do is just put a little blurb about Ezra. What's nice about these webinar funnels is they're very, very simple. So I'm gonna go back to, actually I probably don't even need to do this in GHL. I can just do this in my browser. So we wanna grab Ezra's bio right here. So we're gonna do this gray, no, we'll stick with white. We'll do a headline. We'll do about your instructor. Then we'll go ahead and grab, come on, 2-column row, grab an image, and this should be on the sales page. Here's Ezra right here. The subheadline, put his name, Ezra. Now, most of the people watching this will know who Ezra is, but for those who don't, or for those who need a reminder, that's what this will do. Again, we're just building credibility, right? In the event that this is a prospect that is not as familiar with the Disc Golf Pro Tour or anything like that, they just want to get better at disc golf, this is a great, resource for them. So being able to let them learn a little bit about Ezra will add more credibility that he actually knows what he's talking about and has the credentials to back up why they should learn from him. So go ahead and grab our bio that we already have on the main website. We're gonna make the image smaller and the text bigger. All right, 20. Boom. Let's try out a divider right here. Get that in red. 75%. Yeah. We'll go green on that. Cool. All right. Looking good. Now, let's see what else we might like to add. We'll do a breakdown of what they're gonna get in here. All right. Let's go ahead and grab one more section here. Make sure we're saving along the way here. As far as I know, GHL does not have an autosave feature, which is unfortunate. The camera's out of focus here. Whatever. So make sure you're saving, or else if something crashes or you lose your progress, you'll lose all of it. Saved. And I gotta get a new webcam. Or attach my DSLR with like my cam link, because this thing loves to be blurry. All right. So last step here. We're going to just do a final breakdown of what the prospects can expect to learn. So let's grab our whites. All right. What you'll learn in this value packed. Go ahead and correct that. Value packed 30-minute webinar. And we're gonna do three things. First is gonna be the top 3 mistakes. Man, this is just what a pain in the butt. Okay, first thing's gonna be the top 3 mistakes. Second thing is going to be bonus Q&A. Third thing is going to be special price to join Power DGA. So let's actually do what's included in this value packed 30 minutes webinar. So next we're gonna go ahead and grab 3-column row. Actually, we'll do a 1-column row and then we'll duplicate it 2 more times, because if we do a 3-column row, we have to edit each of those brackets individually. If we do a 1 column, we can create the template and then we can just duplicate it 2 more times. So we'll go ahead and advance border, full border. Let's go with like 15. Do dashed. Let's go green. So we're gonna try to get like an icon for each one. We're going to try and get, probably do sub-headline for each one. Yeah, this webcam's driving me nuts though. I don't know why it is so blurry. Give me 1 second. See if I can get to refocus. I really should just hook up my Canon DSLR with my Cam Link, and then this won't happen. Anyways. Okay, so now that we've got this, we can actually go ahead and just duplicate this 3 times. Boom. And let's go make some icons real quick. So we'll jump back into Canva. We'll go to this template right here. Cool. Let's get a black background. Elements. You know what? Let's do like a circle. Spelled it wrong, but I knew what I meant. I want to do these white. So white. I'm trying to think of the way I want to do this. The background is black. Alright, yes, we'll do a white circle. Grab a big number 3. Grab text. Few mistakes. Let's duplicate this. Do top. 3 mistakes. Alright, let's see how that looks as an icon for that section. Should the spacing, alright, same spacing, 9, 9. So go ahead and download this with a transparent background as a PNG file. Go ahead and grab that. Cool. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to upload from the media library. And let's create a folder for webinar funnels. And then we'll create another folder for Ezra Webinar 1. 3 mistakes. We'll upload this file. And we'll make it way smaller. All right, so what's included in this webinar? Do learn. Top 3 mistakes. Learn the top 3 mistakes holding back the game. We'll make this smaller. Let's do like 15. So we've already established this information, right? But we're really just re-establishing it. So nothing crazy, very, very simple. You know, I'm actually going to delete those again and then reduplicate now that we've got the image sizing and the font sizing. All right, so top 3 mistakes. This one's going to be bonus question and answer session replay. Top 3 mistakes. Holding. I want to fit this in one line, so holding you back. Just so we can make these all the same. Exclusive Power DGA offer from Ezra. Or actually, we'll just do exclusive offer from Ezra. Cool. We've got some graphics for these. So, as you can see, this is super simple. Really, really simple, but there's nothing wrong with simple. You know, these really simple webinar funnels always convert the best. All right, so let's get a little image here for bonus question and answer. Actually, so let me see if I can find like a Q&A. This. I like it to be a little bit thicker though. Let's see what else we got. I like this one more. Cool, so we'll go ahead and grab this. Transparent backgrounds, PNG. All right, we're gonna go back in here. Just upload this to our folder for this particular funnel. Cool, and then exclusive offer from Ezra. This is a bit of a trickier one to find an image for. So what would be a good image for an exclusive offer? Maybe like a question mark or present. We'll put this on the board just to save it in case we want it. Maybe like gift. Yeah, I think gift could be good. Let's see if we can find something that fits the vibe a little bit more. Maybe we could do the question mark. Christmas gift. Let's try like gift box. Can I make this all red? All right, or all black rather. Cool. If I can get the colors on this right. Yeah. Oh. Cool. We'll go with that. Download that. You can also use emojis for this, right? Like some of our other funnels, we use emojis. It really depends on the brand. So webinar funnels, Ezra webinar 1. Cool. Awesome. So what's included in this Valley Pack 30-minute webinar? Learn the top 3 mistakes holding you back, bonus question and answer session replay, exclusive offer from Ezra. Very nice. Let's grab a 1 column. We're gonna do another call to action. So we're gonna go with the same effects as last time. Oh, not bounce. Go glow. We'll do full border. 15 radius. And we'll go watch. Get instant access to this game-changing free workshop. Cool. Cool. All right, so really simple opt-in page. I will probably come back at some point and potentially add in a few more things. but first we'll see how this does. What I'll likely end up doing is actually A/B testing a couple different versions. So here we are in the preview. We also need to keep in mind, so the way traffic will be run to this page are through some paid ads on Instagram and Facebook directly from Ezra saying, hey, join my workshop. So people will have knowledge of what they're clicking on and like what they're clicking to enroll in. We're just trying to reinforce that. And it's a very simple process here, so like we're making it as easy as possible for people to opt in. One thing I'll be interested in A/B testing, and again, so if we go back here, we can actually start a split test with 2 versions at a time, and then continue to test winning versions against each other. So the first thing I might A/B test is actually, as simple as it sounds, removing this menu. And having that menu versus not having the menu, and see what converts better. Because typically a lot of times on lead magnets, we don't like to have, and landing pages in general, we don't like to have any distractions or anywhere else they can go. We want the only action they can take to be to watch the webinar, not to go get 2 free lessons, look at the course curriculum, look at reviews, etc. So I'll be interested to see if that makes a difference here. All right, so we've got our watch room. And real quick, I'll come back and I'll do this on the back end. Sorry, to check a message over there. Make sure to click the mobile, right? So we'll just optimize this now with the heck. So this is way too big. This is way too big. It can be kind of tough on mobile to make these look really good, especially when it's like 4 lines, but I think it'll be okay. Again, just some nitpicky stuff. Cool. Instructor. I like to try to keep like the headlines and stuff the same size for mobile. So 20, 15, 15, 15. Awesome. Simple and quick mobile optimization. Again, most of our traffic is definitely going to come from mobile. All right, now we just have the watchroom page. Easy page. Create from blank. This is just where people are going to go to watch the webinar after they sign up. So once again, we'll get our header and we'll A/B test on here as well. Let's go ahead and remove the padding sections. Go ahead and we'll do black here. And do the headline. Bold. Free workshop. And you know what, I'm gonna go copy and paste some stuff from the last page here. Should have pulled it up in another tab initially, but it's all right. We'll just open it up right here. Go back to our edit window. Ooh, you know what? I should remove that exit intent pop-up. So we're gonna go back, load one more time. So you saw what happened right there is the pop-up to sign up showed up when I moved my cursor up here for exit intent. We actually do not want exit intent to trigger the pop-up here. So we're going to do show pop-up on none. And now we'll reload this page, just make sure it's working correctly. So the pop-up shows up when we click our calls to action, but no exit intent pop-up. Okay, now that that's saved, we'll go back to our watchroom page. Cool, free workshop. And oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay. The top 3 amateur technique mistakes you're probably making and how to correct them fast. Then really easy, we're just gonna snag a video. Come on. We are gonna go with a hosted video, turn off autoplay, show progress bar is fine for tracking. We're actually gonna disable that because we don't want people to be able to scrub through the video. So webinar files, here's our webinar file. Let me open up my trash real quick and, let's see if we can find a better headline or a better thumbnail. I have in mind what I want. So we're gonna go back and just open this in another tab. So right now this is just continuing to render and process the video. So we let that do its thing. We're just gonna grab a thumbnail for the video. And let's go to media. This is going to be under webinar files. Get link. And grab that right there. Can I get it without? Yeah, whatever. We'll just get a picture of Ezra. Let's see if I can find a good one. Or maybe it, well, I don't want to use it. Yeah, we'll just go with the one we already have. It's a good screenshot. Okay, so we'll select thumbnail, open our funnels, upload it here. Okay, so got that. Let's just preview it real quick. Got a little margin here. Cool. All right, awesome. Last thing we need to add here is a call to action to join Power Disc Golf Academy. So, real quick, gonna go ahead and grab all right, so let's get some elements. Get a paragraph. Get button. Go ahead to advanced. Low. Full border. Border radius, we'll go with 15. All right. We'll do exclusive workshop offer. Save. Join Power DGA and save 40%. Then we'll say save 40% on your first year of membership. With Ezra's code. So a couple things we're doing here. The first thing is making sure that we are stating that this is 40% on the first year of membership, not 40% lifetime. And the second thing is we're saying use Ezra's code because they just watched this webinar from Ezra. They're going to have some reciprocity, right? They're going to be like, oh, Ezra just helped me. This is his code. Let me go help Ezra. So simple enough. And we're just going to go ahead and create that code. So in my other window here, I have the back end set up. Not going to share it just because it has some numbers and sensitive info and whatnot. So I'm going to go to coupons. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new coupon code. It's going to be 40% off of the full price for the first payment only. The code is going to be Ezra webinar, or let's do Ezra workshop 1. And what I'll do is each of these workshops, because like I said, there's going to be a number of them. There's going to be multiple ones from Ezra, and then some of the other instructors will be creating workshops. So what I will do is actually give each workshop its own unique coupon code. That's just a really easy way for us to go into the back end at a glance and just see which coupon codes have generated the most revenue, and just really see which webinars are performing best. So just a super easy way to do that. Okay. So I'm going to copy this link. This is going to go to a website URL. Open it in a new tab. Click Save. Go ahead and just get everything going for mobile. Last thing we need to do, I'm not even going to have that blurb there because they're going to actually do a live, pre-recorded live pitch. So last thing I will probably do is just get some social proof here, which I think we should have. Section templates, reviews, PDJ reviews. Cool. Throw those on there. All right, I'll probably buff this out a little bit more. I'll also buff out the opt-in page a little bit more. And of course, we do need to set up some important elements like the conversion events for our ads so we can actually track what our ROI is, what our cost per lead is, etc. And of course, I need to set up the back-end automation so once someone opts in, they get tagged correctly, they get an automated email with a replay link, they get an automated SMS with a replay link, and then they get put into our master drip so they continue to receive emails. But I'm gonna do all that stuff off screen. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break. Been at this for a little while now, so thank you to anybody who watched, and I'll see y'all in the next one.